Welcome to another edition of Swim Easy Speed. My name is Tim Floyd. I'm a longtime swim coach and triathlon coach. And today we're going to be looking at, this was actually, I went through a lot of the results for Ironman Texas back here in April 2022. And for Montgomery County. So I found all the athletes that raced it from Montgomery County, and there were 170-ish around, I think. And then went through and found the guy that had the fastest swim time in Montgomery County, and he was like 51 minutes, I think. And so I asked him if he wanted a quick little session in the endless pool, and we could take a look at his stroke, and then he said it wouldn't be a problem if I posted it up. So I thought you guys would like to see what the fastest swimmer in the MoCo in Montgomery County, Texas looks like. So this is Tyler Blackburn, and so I'm going to let it run for a little bit. You guys can get see what his stroke looks like, and we can go from there. We had speed it up a little bit, and that's what all the bubbles are for. Typically, when it gets below about 120, there starts to be not as great visibility underwater. Okay, so now we're going to back it up a little bit, and we'll just start to kind of review it and break it down and show you what we were kind of working on and why. Okay, so here he is just swimming, and, the first thing that you see is, look, he's got a good stroke. He's connected up and down the chain. Hips and shoulders are moving well together. Let's see if I can slow it down enough. So the one thing that you can see is, he's a little bit at an angle there. Part of that's the endless pool. He doesn't look like this when he swims kind of in the water, which then kind of pushes the head up a little bit. But it also kind of typically, the only thing the endless pool is really doing is showing where there might be kind of a weakness in that kinetic chain. And typically when you see something like that, it's usually kind of there needs to be a little bit more either core connectivity or just core kind of engagement, tension, strength there. So we'll keep on going. And then underwater, so you can see kind of underwater what we're talking about. So there's that angle that we were talking about on the water. So then this is all kind of drag. So you could tell, he's, and again, he doesn't look like this in open water, but, this is one of those things where it gives you an opportunity where, hey, even in open water or in the pool, I may be giving up a little bit of time because I'm not creating enough stability from the core. And then at the front, you can see that right there, that's a pretty good angle right there. And he starts the pull from right there. So he's got this nice kind of high elbow position starting the pull. Head position's pretty good. He's looking kind of right there. I think it was the right. Yeah, the right, he presses down a little bit more in the water and doesn't start pulling forward till right about there. So you can see this is all press, 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 pull. And then, here's some of the stuff where you can see, how connected everything is. So, hips and shoulders are really just moving well together. And then everything is just being driven really, really straightforward. So there's a little bit of, and we talked about this a little bit, so you can see kind of in the feet when they come apart. And that's just all drag that, like right there. And that's typically the breath. Again, probably just if he had a little bit more core engagement, that would solve that. But everything's going, left is coming in just a little bit, and you can see it right here. Right there, he's right on kind of midline. But not bad. I mean, the right looks really good. But everything's going pretty straightforward. And then underwater, here you get to see kind of why he's as fast as he is. Right in there, he's got that really great kind of lever on the water right there. And then on the opposite side, let's see if we can see it, or is the hand going to block it? Yeah, I think the hand's going to block it each time. But it looks like it's pretty much the same on the opposite side. So there and there. Where he's really, really able to lever the water and get, all the big muscles involved in what he's doing. So the first thing we did was we worked with some of the Aquavolo paddles. And there's some of the new ones that I got. They're they're like a high density foam, so they float, but then they also kind of roll your hand over a little bit sooner. And then the drag socks just add a little bit more drag from the back, a little bit of pull, so that you're really forced to engage the core a little bit more, and then it keeps you into that high elbow catch position a little bit sooner and longer. Makes it easier to get to. So you can already see how he's having to engage even a lot more with his stroke. And then here's from the side. It's still down, but then what we're trying to do is exaggerate this a little bit so that he then pops up afterwards. So then the next thing we did was we did some swimming with the MORTAR, which is just a weighted pull buoy. So again, we're trying to put a lot of pressure right here and then right back here to lift all of this up. So we're trying to create this over-exaggeration response by his brain and body. So then here's kind of the application of it. So you can see, his hips are a little bit higher, his feet are a little bit higher, head and shoulders are more kind of level with the plane of the water, and everything's a little bit more connected. So that was kind of what we were trying to do in this little quick session that we did together. And then what you want to do is just go into the pool and practice that over and over and over again and go back to that feeling each time of trying to get everything really connected from the core. But as always, thank you for tuning in. And, if you have any questions about what we did or how we did it, I am always happy to answer questions. Like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. You can find us on Instagram at SwimEasySpeed, or just go to the SwimEasySpeed.com website. So again, thanks for tuning in.